If you want to sell something to your customer, but you accidentally forgetting the needs of the users, you will get bad result following. Because when your product was sold, people that use your product is your users, and they also was your customer as well. The things that all users always need is ease of using product or feel comfort with it. But if it make users didn't feel like that, why would they still use it? So the things call UX, which stands for user experience, can process of enhancing customer satisfaction and loyalty by improving the usability, ease of use and pleasure provided in the interaction between the customer and the product. And another thing that help you to convey desire of user is UI, which stands for user interface. Because the interface is often talked about in conjunction with user experience, which may include the aesthetic appearance of the device, response time, and the content that is presented to the user within the context of the user interface. It's like the visual design of your product that not only make users feel easy to use and attractive to them, but it's need to be user-friendly. So this two things is one of the best alternative that you can use it to develop your product. In this video, we are going to talk about our process in making how to survive my first time at Portia, and adapt the UX and UI to develop our project. But before we start, I want you to know what is my time at Portia. My time at Portia is set in a post-apocalyptic era in the world of Portia. The game takes on the role of a workshop builder, bound to build items using relics for the betterment of society. The main goal of the game is to grow the workshop by creating, upgrading, expanding, and taking on commissions given by the citizens of Portia, while competing with other workshop builders. The game is very interesting in its setting and story, but how can we survive in this game? Let's get to know.
After we are playing around in the game for some hours, we found that its tutorial was still confusing, we don't quite go well with its camera movement and etc. So, we look back and try to figure it out, what is the things that game make us confuse, and listed into these parts.
1. How is its system? Does it familiar with other simulation role-playing games?
2.
To collect user experiences, our team set 45 minutes and then observe the behavior of every players by recording their gameplay and write down their behavior that we saw in note. From our research question we give 3 objectives to our tester player. First, they can do anything to reach Amber Bridge quest in 45 minutes because we want to see learning skill from players.
No one's been working there since. Looking to build a bridge. Yeah, he figured that place could be a. Check your Pa's workshop also. And this is.
Second, remember a long sentence from the first page of the handbook to see that did they interest in story or tutorials or not. And the third one is finding any monster in game to see what they think about the monster. Is it look like animal abuse? And the third one is finding any monster in game to see what they think about the monster. Does it look like animal abuse?
ไม่มีสตามิน่าสู้ไม่ได้กลับบ้าน
So all of the results from 10 players who are new for this game appear that 50% of players think they can learn to play this game less than 30 minutes. But actually most of them that familiar with MOBA game have a hard time to understand many things in games, so that make them take more time than 35 minutes to learn it. For the behaviors of players that they mostly did the same thing, the first one is, frequently click the mouse while mining or logging, which in the game, its tutorial said you can hold click to do. Secondly, they didn't read most of text and tutorial pages in game, but the players seem to trust their own experiences rather than spend time to make a new understanding. Apart from the mostly behavior, some of player is struggling to look at minimap on the lower right of desktop, because they open the big map frequently and finally get lost. And about animal abusing, 60% of player opinion think that they beat them because they think it just a monster, it not look like the real animal.
The user interface makes new players somewhat hard to understand the mechanism of the game. Players tend to stick with their own way of playing this type of game rather than understanding new principle. Other than that, they seem to like spar system, fighting NPC, very much. To get an improvement, we need some cons and complain. As we collect information and gets comment, here's the part of the beginning of the game that need to be fixed. The less of guide interface, it need to be fixed by show more guides direction in the main interface. Assembly station needs some improvement. Since first time interact with it need to be more clear. We suggested in the item hold box on the bottom to have the required material for the things you wanted to craft. Three, the mine area, or now as abandoned ruin and game. We've got some complaint about it, like one of our testers worried about the citizen of Portia and needed to be relocated. But since its location was good for dweller, the improvement that we need would be more clear guided relic scanner and item list found inside the cave. And that was for the things that we need to survive first day at Portia. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.